Here is a video which I'm not entirely comfortable doing. I'm just gonna, no, I'll just hold you. And it's about my weight gain, and why I'm doing intermittent fasting again. I had in the past fantastic results with intermittent fasting. Got really lean, got down to under 80 kilograms while being massive and ripped and going to the gym. I had insane results from it, where if I didn't eat for 32 hours, but yet still go to the gym in the morning, in the evening, in the morning after, I would have better performance every time I went. And it was just mind-blowing every time I did it. And it got me very ripped, very lean, very aesthetic going on. But then I quit doing intermittent fasting, or fasting in general. And the reason because of that is because I did my back in. If you've been on my channel for a while, you'll have heard that story over and over. Herniated disc in my back, couldn't walk, bed bound for a month, and so on and so forth. And it's something which is repeated back on me over and over, where I've had agonising pain down my leg, and sometimes I can't even drive because I can't push down my foot to put down the clutch in the car. So that's the kind of debilitatingness of a herniated disc that I had. And when you're in pain and you're dosed up on painkillers, the thought of trying to then restrict yourself of food which is comforting, food which feels good, which makes you feel full, satisfied, maybe a bit tired, yeah, just that kind of stuff, tasty, you know, stuff that's spicy stuff that makes you feel good. The thought of restricting yourself from that it just seems pointless, because like, hey, I'm not going to the gym, I'm not able to exercise, why would I bother put myself through more uncomfortableness by trying to do fasting, restricting myself, and especially for longer periods of time. However, what I can say just now is I'm back to the point where my herniated disc is still a herniated disc. I got an MRI scan and they said nothing's changed in the last 3 years. I was like, okay, that's great. And slowly I've been gradually putting on flab, or certainly losing muscle. If you've seen in the videos of me in the past, I had actual shoulders, I had actual biceps. Just now I'm a twig. I am fat. I'm fat and weak. But at the same time, I can't change that. If any time I try and go for a jog, pain down the leg. Piriformis syndrome is another one which I get in my butt. If I try to do weightlifting, oh, not a chance. Firstly, my wife would kill me, because she knows the horror that it is whenever I've got a herniated disc and the pain that I'm in. So the thought of me lifting any weight, squats, deadlifts, bench press, even bench press hurt my back because you're arching your back and all that kind of stuff. So I've slowly been putting on weight. And in the last week, I've decided to do intermittent fasting again. Just because in my office there's a bit of a weight loss challenge going on. I thought I could totally do this. Hold on, I need to drink. Okay, that's better. And the reason why, so I was saying everyone in my office is doing a weight loss challenge, trying to lose 10% of their body weight in kind of a month or so. I was like, I could totally do that. And I started at 91. I'm going to go in today and weigh myself, but I've just completed 46 plus 12, 46, 58 hour fast just now, which I'm having slightly different results after a 58 hour fast. 24 hours, piece of cake. 36 hours, not a problem. 58 hours is, I'm having some different reactions going on in the body, which I'll go into later on in this video. But yeah, the main point I was trying to make about this video is that diets should not be about just losing weight. Or maybe I should put it a better way. The goal of a diet shouldn't be about losing weight or losing fat even. That should be a positive outcome, a positive consequence of going on a diet. For me, the best kind of diets are diets which change your possibly unhealthy or unrealistic relationship that you have with food. So if, for me, since doing, like when I was fasting, whenever I was in the gym all the time, my diet was spot on. It wasn't totally vegan, but it was spot on. Lots of porridge, lots of oats, that's the same thing. Lots of almond milks, soy milks, and lots of nuts and seeds and all that stuff. So fairly good. But once you come off that, you start adding a little bit here, a little bit there. So for me, it's in my coffee. I'd be like, oh, how about I make it a bit more of a mocha? I'll add a little bit of chocolate to it. And then I'm like, it needs a little bit of sweeteners. So I'll add cinnamon. Cinnamon's good. But then I'm like, I need a bit more cinnamon. I need a bit more sweetness. So I'll add some stevia to it. And I'm like, yeah, but it's not quite as good as, maybe if I just put some sugar in. So then you make a coffee with a bit of sugar, and you're like, that's quite good. Then it's like sugar with a little bit of chocolate and sugar, coffee with chocolate and sugar in it. And you're like, yeah, that's good. And then it's like, I'll have one before I leave the house, and then have one when I go into work as well. Maybe I'll have honey instead. Yeah, that'll be okay. And then it slowly built, and like then, oh, I'm driving around for work all day, every day. Oh, I need to go get some change for the parking meters. Oh, I'll just, for my meal deal, I'll go get myself a chocolate biscuit or chocolate bar along with my falafel that I always have. That's the only option, vegan option in Tesco's. And it slowly builds up until maybe I'm having like, it's okay to have 2 meal deals a day, is it not? Yeah, 2 meal deals. You know, they're just only £3 each. Easy peasy, get that. And slowly but surely, you end up just consuming more calories and more junk calories. So more and more kind of your sugar and your processed fruit juices and all. It's always fruit juices. It's filled with vitamins and minerals and stuff. Like, no, how about you just eat some actual fruit? And so that's what happened to me. I went from, I was around about 84 kilograms, and I've slowly ballooned up to 91.4 kilograms, or at least that's what it was last Thursday. And over the last week, or well, on last Thursday, I thought, let's do fasting. So I fasted all day Thursday, and then weighed myself on Friday, and I lost a good bit of weight. I was like, cool, but that's just water weight. That's mostly water and a poo and a wee. But then I thought, I'll just try and keep on doing it again, because it wasn't too difficult. Maybe once you've done fasting in the past, it's not nearly as difficult as it is in the future. And I kind of did it on Saturday again. No, on Sunday I did it again. I only ate dinner. I was up at my parents' house doing some business, and just didn't bother eating breakfast or lunch, and went out for dinner. And even that was like a vegetarian haggis with neeps and potatoes. Very nice, no sauce at all. So that was fairly clean eating. I was like, that's pretty good. And then for, Monday ate normally, Tuesday ate normally, and then from Tuesday I had my last meal around about 8 o'clock at night. It was a vegetable stir fry Kim made for me with some good noodles, and I was like, cool, now I'm focused. And I think that's the main thing. To do intermittent fasting needs focus. It needs dedication. Because it's not something you can go, it's like at the gym, you can be focused for half an hour of just going, I'm going to go do heavy weights, rah, and be really strong, and then you can go, I can stop focusing now and just go eat whatever I want. With intermittent fasting, you kind of need to be dedicated for a full 24 hours, 36 hours, 48 hours, 50, however many hours I've done it for. No, how many hours I've done it for? 48 is 2 days, so I've done it for 60 hours. Okay, I went 60-hour diet. Mine's a bit dry, needs a bit more water. So intermittent fasting requires a good bit of dedication, and that's something which I've managed to focus on and do thanks to there being a little bit of a weight loss challenge, bringing in the weight scales into the office and weighing yourself. I'm a big fan of weight scales. Oh, okay, I'll try and carry on there. So, kind of forgot where I was. I'll get to the point again. So the point of this video is that a successful diet is not just about losing weight. It's not about, if I just restrict my calories, then I'll lose weight, because as everyone knows, once you stop restricting your calories, you go back up to either your previous weight or even you balloon beyond it. You yo-yo beyond where you actually started from. And that's because potentially you have lost weight and your body is now a lighter body. Your resting metabolic rate should be lower, and therefore if you eat the same number of calories that you were eating before, when you were eating before, you were slowly getting fat. If you're leaner and you're eating the same amount of calories, then you'll be faster getting fat. So it's like, yes, you're going to go beyond where you were before, because as you lose weight, even if it's just fat, your resting metabolic rate, the number of calories that your body burns just being alive, reduces. And if you start eating food this way that you were before, you'll be, because even fat cells use up energy. So that's a big fat person may have no muscle on them, but they may still be burning 4,000 calories a day. The problem is they may be eating 4,100 calories a day, and that means every month they're putting on an extra pound of pure fat. So yeah, the idea for a diet really should be, get to the point, a diet should really be about reevaluating your relationship with food and your acceptance with foods and your tolerance with food. So in other words, knowing that actually putting in 2 teaspoons of sugar in your coffee before breakfast, you don't need that. Filling up your meal deal with high-calorie fruit juices, you don't need that. Oh yeah, it may have vitamins and minerals in it, but you're getting that. Well, you should be getting that from your other vegetables and fruit that you're having, and like actual fruit that you're having during the day. So yeah, for the people who are just restricting calories, it doesn't really work. You end up always try and think of diet as a way of imagining there's a little body accountant inside your brain who can't see anything, and he is just purely reacting to the stimuli. Okay, this is going to get pretty cool here if you listen to this. So inside your head, you have a little accountant that throws out hormones. And those hormones regulate your fat production, your sugar levels, your muscle building, your repair, your autophagy and all that kind of stuff. And he only reacts to stimuli. So if every day you're kind of just going, I'm just having 200 calories less than what I should have, and you're not necessarily doing any more exercise, you're just restricting the number of calories you're having, that little guy inside your head, to him, he's kind of saying, oh right, there is loads of food everywhere because we're eating every day, maybe 3 times a day, maybe even 4 times a day, and we're having a snack. That's great, there's loads of food around, but we're just having a little bit less. What's going on here? So maybe in his little brain inside your brain, he's kind of going, well, there's obviously lots of different types of foods, but we're having to restrict the amount of food that we're having. Maybe we should slow down everything. Maybe there's like crops being destroyed somewhere. Maybe there's being less produced. Maybe there's going to be a famine. Oh dear, let's get worried about this. And let's slow down metabolism. Let's make sure that we have less turnover of cells, and let's calm things down. Let's lower our metabolic rate, effectively. Because it sounds like there's loads of food, but it's all just decreasing. That's going to be really bad at a point. The other way, my one which I promote, fasting, especially with exercise. If you can do exercise, do it with exercise, because that's the best thing. With fasting, the fasting that I do, in a week, every week, so I think of my calories throughout the week, I try and make sure I have the same number of calories. So in other words, if I don't eat for a whole day, the next day, or over the next 5 days, or 4 whatever days, I try and additionally eat the number of calories that I've missed out on. So let's say each week you normally have 14,000 calories. If I fast for two full days, I still want to have 14,000 calories throughout the week. So that might mean, like for example, for me today, oh boy, I'm going to go mental. I've fasted for the last 2 days, and I am going to, hold on, I'll show you. What I'm starting off with today is a massive bowl. Well, it's not even a bowl yet, it's just, oh, it's gone solid. is porridge oats with almonds, walnuts, grapes, cacao, high fat, chia seeds, blah blah blah, you know, all this kind of stuff. Yeah, I'm going to be having a full kilogram of porridge oats with almonds, walnuts, coconuts, what was the other ones? Cacao, all that kind of stuff. So fairly, although it's porridge oats and soy milk, it's still going to be very high fat. So I'm making sure I'm smashing in the calories like a boss. So again, if you think about the little accountant inside your head, he's kind of seeing like, oh, there is an abundance of food, we just got to wait for it. Or, especially if you do exercise and you do your eating after you've exercised, that little accountant's kind of going, oh, we've got no food, we've got no food, oh, this is a bit scary. But then if you do some exercise and then you eat, imagine the little accountant inside your head suddenly kind of goes, there's loads of food out there, we just need to bloody go and get it. We need to amp up our energy, amp up our strength, amp up our repair, so that, let's say we're cavemen and we're chasing down gazelle. If we run fast and we don't catch a gazelle, we're going to go for another day being hungry. So your body's like, let's amp up all our energy, let's get some more noradrenaline, get you pumped, let's go sprinting, go even faster, and then you catch the gazelle and then you eat like a champion. So that's where I think fasting, and that kind of idea of the little accountant inside your head is kind of going, there is an abundance of food, we just need to have more effort in getting it and be more fit, more athletic, more whatever it needs to be done to go get that food. There's an abundance of it, don't need to slow anything down, don't need to like restrain ourselves, let's just go and get the meat, get the food. Meat from a vegan doesn't really make sense. I've been talking about 20 minutes now. So that's where I think fasting really works. And that's, so the reason why I'm saying, where should I go here? And the great thing about fasting is whenever you are in your eating phase, as again, you're able to focus, you're able to be determined, you're able to kind of go, I know what my body wants, I'm able to listen to it, I know what I'm craving, what I see in the shop suddenly comes brighter to me, that you are able to focus on eating healthy stuff. It may not be low-calorie stuff, because low-calorie stuff doesn't necessarily mean healthy stuff. This is high nutrient density, high in fibre, high in unsaturated fats, high in polyphenols, and all that good stuff, and grapes, and there's even some like green tea in there, or matcha tea that I put in there to make it extra super antioxidant stuff. And that's where I think a low-calorie diet doesn't necessarily, or when I say low-calorie, I mean like taking 200 calories out of your diet each day. That doesn't necessarily change your attitude to food. That doesn't change your knowledge of food. That doesn't make you kind of appreciate fruit and veg more. That just kind of makes you kind of go, I've just got to restrict myself. And that's where I think fasting, if you do it right, and you do it where you don't restrict yourself, is a fantastic way of dieting, because it changes your relationship with food. And the great consequence is that you start to lose weight. And it's usually fat that you lose, not carbs and protein. Well, you lose your carbs at the start, and then there's a tiny bump of protein, and then it goes into just burning fat. So the reason why I'm saying this is a bit of an awkward video for me to do is because just now I'm fat. That's the thing. I've fasted for the last 60 hours, but in the last week I've done some fasting, and I'm still fat. Obviously, you don't lose it that fast, but I reckon I'm probably about 7 kilograms lighter than what I was last week. Obviously, that's your noob gains, your noob diet gains, where you're able to actually lose some weight. But all I can say is that I'm really happy that I haven't ballooned to, because I used to be 104 kilograms. Is there a picture of me anywhere in here? I used to be very big. Technically, I was obese. I don't seem to have the picture of me anywhere. I used to be obese. I was 30.3 BMI, which is in the obese category. But I was going to the gym all the time. So it's like, yeah, it's just all muscle. It's like, no, I was actually just really, I had boobs and all that kind of stuff. So for the last 3 years, I've done no exercise. And when I say no exercise, I'm like, I haven't even done press-ups. Just 2 days ago, I did 10 press-ups. Literally 10. And my tits are still sore from it. So I've done no exercise, no running, no long distance running. Like I've walked to the park with my kid and pushed him on the swings. That, you know, physical activity, but not exercise, as it were. And I'm glad I haven't. I'm surprised that I haven't really ballooned, because I do love chocolate. I do love crisps. I do love sweets. I love pizza. And there is vegan pizzas in Edinburgh now, so that's like, ooh, yes, I can get that. And because of my back, I can't do any exercise. So I should have really got, and you know, when you're in pain as well, you just want comfort food. So I should have ballooned back up to 104 kilograms, but I haven't. But as you can see, I'm not lean. I'm not ripped. I used to be totally ripped, but I'm just a hairy dad bod at the moment. Maybe what's the best angle? Yeah, I've got no arms. I've got no chest. My shoulders are just pathetic. If you're ever doing exercises and you want to look big, first exercise to do is work on the shoulders. Big shoulders look great on everyone. So yeah, that's my little tip for today, is if you're doing a diet, make it a diet that changes your relationship with food and your attitude towards the food that you consume every day. Not just an idea of just cutting a couple of calories here and there throughout the day for time on and on and on. Now, in terms of my experience with this 60-hour fast, first day, piece of cake. Second day, one of the things that people say about fasting is, oh, fasting's great because it means you can just focus on work the whole time. No, what it does means you're focusing on going, I haven't eaten all day, I haven't eaten all day, oh my goodness, I haven't eaten all day, oh, what's this rumble in my tummy? You're just thinking about your stomach all the time. The people that promote fasting say it's great because you can just work all the time and not worry about food. I'm like, no, I'm constantly worrying about food. I'm just constantly thinking about that I haven't eaten. So the first night going to bed, piece of cake. So after I had my noodles on the Tuesday night, went to bed. Obviously, you're in a fed state, fine. Then Wednesday, didn't eat. Was fairly good. Just had like lots of water. I was mainly water fasting. Then Tuesday night and Wednesday night wasn't too difficult to get to sleep. Had a good night's sleep. Then yesterday was bizarrely easy. I was just like, I'm not hungry. But again, the biggest problem is you're just orally bored. Like, food isn't just about nutrients. It isn't just about energy. It's about, food is such a social thing. It's a cultural thing. It's a sensation. like, oh, what do I love? I love Doritos Flaming Hot or Extra Chili or whatever it is. And it's just like, I don't eat them because they're vegan or because they're low in saturated fats, but because they taste amazing. So that's the thing, when you do fasting, you have nothing in your mouth. And you're just like, I'm so bored. I want to eat, not because I feel hungry, but because I'm bored. And I just want to eat something and have that, like, sensations going on in my mouth, that sensation of food in my tummy. I figure I've just been empty for 2 days now, and I'm just like, this is so boring. Especially when you're in a house surrounded by food, grapes and bananas and mangoes and oranges, which are all going to go off if I don't eat. So there's kind of an extra promotion of going and actually doing some eating. But I'll stay strong. Last night though, when I was at the 48 to 60 hour time frame, not so good, not so good. I think I've reached my limit of where I could go. As in, I really think I could probably fast for longer just now, but last night, rubbish night's sleep. Woke up at 3 in the morning and I could feel my heartbeat going ba-dum, 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 ba-dum. And I'm like, my heart rate is normally below 60 beats a second. And that was like, it almost felt like it was going quite fast. I was like, that's not normal, that's a bit fast. Not cool with that. found it difficult to go back to sleep. So it's not like I drunk loads of water or anything and I'm needing to go for a pee. I just woke up, and I woke up between every single dream that I had as well. So it was a very disturbed night's sleep. And this morning, I've got a feeling of just pressure in the heart area. So I think I've just got to the level where my body is just like, right, we're doing our best to convert over to a ketosis energy process. So in other words, where your body is getting its energy from fat. I do feel like I've got leaner. I do feel my moobs are a little bit less, and that my tummy is, well, it certainly isn't as big as what it was last week. Like last week I was like, oh my god, I'm a fat pie. This morning, even my wife is saying, Dom, you look slimmer in the face. And she, oh yeah, you look lean already. My wife is like, Dom, keep doing fasting because you're a happier person, you're a leaner person, you look better. So my wife is purely like, keep doing fasting. But I think 24-hour fast, 36-hour fast, that's where I'm going to keep it at. This 60-hour moment that I'm at just now, 60 and a half hours, is at past my max, and I feel like I'm a little bit struggling. I feel a little bit shaky. Like, can I keep my hand still? Bizarrely I can. Okay, yesterday I couldn't. I do feel like I'm a little bit pumped up. I do feel like I'm getting a little bit of a headache. So I'm going to really break my fast. And so today I'm breaking it with a kilogram worth of solid porridge oats and soy milk and grapes and almonds and walnuts and cacao and coconut. Oh, that's high fat, high fibre, high phytonutrients, just superb for me. And then I'm going for a lunch with my wife at a vegan or vegetarian restaurant in Edinburgh called Henderson's. I'm going to get the vegetarian whatever there is, the biggest thing that there is. And I'm just going to like smash in as many calories as possible so that the little accountant in my head can go, ah yes, there is loads of food, we just had to wait for it. And that's where I try to doing exercise, like I did 10 press-ups, so that's exercise. But hopefully I'm going to carry this program on, this fasting on for a good wee while, and get back into the 18-6 diet, or the 16-8 is nothing. That doesn't count. The 18-6 diet I'll probably start doing. So where I don't eat until around about 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and eat until 8 o'clock in the evening. Possibly earlier, maybe like 8 till 7, or yeah, whatever. But I'm going to try and keep doing that and see where my weight goes. And this is going to be interesting because this is me doing it for the first time without weight training. So doing it with weight training, great muscle retention, great physique looking. So I'm going to see where I can get in terms of fasting. So this is effectively week 1. This is what my body, in fact I should do a little thing where I have the camera there. That's not working. So yeah, if that's my body, it's not very impressive. But that, or I should get it under, or I'm under a light, or I look my best. Yeah, there. No, it doesn't. So yeah, I'm just soft and squishy, and I've got these super love handles at the side. And effectively, I'm just fat, and that's just something which people shouldn't be offended by. People shouldn't go, "Oh my God, how you're not fat? You're normal." You're like, no. This, feel that. That's fat. And on my weight scales that I've got in my office, I am around about 26 or 28% body fat. Nearly more than a quarter of me, or under a third of me, is just complete fat. So I need to get rid of that, also for my back as well, because it means less weight bearing down on my spine, the less pressure my spine is under all the time, like permanently. So yeah, that was my plan. Consider this to be the intro after already doing it for a week. No exercise, fasting. What are the results that I can get from doing it? And I'm glad I've done my 60-hour fast. That's the max that I'm ever going to do. Because it feels, just now I'm really struggling. This idea of that, you wake up loads of energy. Like I woke up this morning tired. I woke up this morning with a sore head. I'm like, oh, maybe it's just I just need some more water in me. Maybe that will actually help. But yeah, the shorter fasts, piece of cake. Generally, the rule is anything more than 72 hours is very difficult and probably not having great benefits for you. Doing shorter fasts with exercise during the fast, fantastic for you. I can't recommend that more. But I can't do exercise, so I'm going to find it very interesting to see what it's like fasting without exercise and what effect that has on my body weight. So first thing I'm off to do now, into the office, go weigh myself, get my stats of my body fat percentage, muscle percentage, and let's see where it goes from here for the next month or so. See how that goes. Okay, thanks for watching, if you bothered watching all this way. Cheers, bye-bye.
Let's do it, eh?
Yeah.
Lions.
Donald and Dom.
Lions.
To the dance floor.
So good. So I'll just get raging as not physically possible. Dom's need to lose 5 kilos in 2 days.
Dom just done it.
And Dom's done like 8 kilos
Yeah.
in 2 weeks.
No, 1 week. It was
1 week.
only started last week.
I know, right?
So I've gone from 91 to... Hold the big heavy camera.
83.
83.
Point from 91.
In a week.
In a week.
Tuesday.